Welcome to this demonstration of the Exobenus Pulse application. In today's session, we're going to be talking about insights, where we'll tell you what they are and how to apply them within the application. Within Exobenus Pulse, insights are considered checks, risks, lessons learned, and best practices. These are often found in disparate locations throughout your organization. Within Exobenus Pulse, you can pull them in to one simple and easy to find location when you need them the most. There are two kinds of insights within Exobenus Pulse, standard and local. You can consider standard insights as global or corporate initiatives, whereas local are done within the procedure themselves and oftentimes done on the fly as you're learning and going along. So let's take a look and see what they look like in the application. So here we are inside the Exobenus Pulse application. Today we're talking about insights. Within Exobenus Pulse, insights can be considered checks, risks, lessons learned, or best practices. If we take a look at the checks, for example, you'll notice that they can be sorted by standard or local. A standard insight can be considered a company standard, if you will. A local insight would be one that is created by the user during the operation itself. If we take a look and edit one of these checks, here you'll notice you can associate it to a pre-operation, an operation, post-operation, assign it a position. You can have the summary of the description and then quite a few other tags that can be associated with that. So each time these tags are used again, this check will appear. You can see this is a local one that was created on this procedure right here. And if I want to change that to a standard, so if I do an after action review, I can make this local insight a standard insight. Let's go back and take a look at the risks insights. So within this risk here, if I open up this completion risk, again, I'll see all the different categories and severity levels that I can associate this with. I'll have mitigation information and my different tags. I can go directly to this procedure and look at this insight if I'd like to. Here we are within the procedure. If I scroll down to the pressure test, you'll notice that that risk is associated directly in context for the procedure itself. One of the unique things about insights within Exobenus Pulse is their flexibility and how often they can be tagged and associated to different elements within the application. For example, if we go into the wellbore, let's take this demo drilling wellbore for example, go to the 17.5-inch open hole section, we can associate insights to this particular section. It's quite easy. You just click on the plus icon and you can add a risk, a check, a best practice, or a lesson learned. Moving on to our product models, which are essentially elements or pieces of equipment within a string or a BHA. Let's take a look at the cement head. Within each piece of equipment, you can associate insights to that piece of equipment. So every time you build a string or BHA with the cement head, when you create the procedure, you'll always have this lesson learned associated with it. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. So we go to a procedure, take a look here, we edit the procedure. If we jump down to the cementing, you'll see that same lesson learned is right here. Always use thick leather gloves in contact with the cement head. Since this lesson learned is a standard, you can also choose to unlink it. So you may have some insights that are associated to a procedure that might not be necessarily applicable for that procedure. And at that point, you can just unlink them. You can also view it, and this gives you some more detail about that insight. If I then go to the pre-operation view, I can see any insights that are associated to the pre-operation view. Currently, this procedure is not associated to a wellbore. Let me show you what it looks like when a similar procedure is associated to the wellbore. So again, remember we have two insights right now. If we go in and take a look at a procedure that is associated to a wellbore, this is the same procedure, but now it's associated to a wellbore, and we have multiple different insights before. We had two the first time, now it looks like we have 5 different insights that are associated. So that just shows you how the linkage between insights and procedures and wellbores and strings and BHAs can kind of all work together. And that concludes our demo on insights within Exobenus Pulse. We hope you enjoyed this demonstration of the Exobenus Pulse application. Today's session focused on insights and how they're used throughout the application. Exobenus Pulse makes creating and updating your procedures easy, saving you time and increasing efficiency. They're also easy to understand and act on, leveraging previous experience such as insights, also increasing your consistency and standardization. Exobenus Pulse lets you track your procedures and validate activity in real time, warning of deviations from plan. This allows you to streamline your operations and reduce your NPT and ILT. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.